Before I begin, I would like to thank the grace of heaven, the great virtues of our holy teachers, the merciful guidance of our Lao Qianren and Qianren up in heaven. And thank you, masters and my fellow lecturers, for giving me this opportunity to share a topic tonight. Tonight, my topic is Holy Revelations for Zhi-Shan class. And in this topic, the content include 3 holy revelations, or all 3 holy revelations were given by our holy teacher, Jigong Living Buddha. The first holy revelation is Zhi-Shan class, and the second one is 崇德道场, 崇德道 community. And the third holy revelation is the extraordinary merits of supporting a 法会. 法会 means a Dao seminar. Okay, let's start from Zhi-Shan class. In this holy revelation, our holy teacher started to expound the meaning of Zhi-Shan class. Literally, the word Zhi means reaching, and holy teacher pointed out that we should reach a state of consistent perseverance. It is very interesting that we know Shan is goodness, and why holy teacher focus on perseverance instead of consistent goodness. This is a point worth exploring further. I would like to quote a passage from the Analects. Confucius said, the master said, although I may not have the chance to see a truly virtuous person, seeing someone who shows consistent perseverance is good enough for me. Confucius meant that while encountering a genuinely virtuous person might be rare or impossible, witnessing someone with steadfast perseverance is valuable and satisfactory. Why is that? Because everyone possesses innate goodness, but due to our the interference of temper and flaws, our virtue may be compromised by our temperament. So we can get rid of our mental clutter and restore our innate goodness. Therefore, the most essential factor of cultivation is perseverance, because without perseverance, goodness can never be reached. Holy teacher continued to expound. Shan refers to the inherent wisdom and intrinsic ability within our original heart. So 至善means practicing Tao with our original heart. That means to practice Tao in a manner true to our inherent nature. Okay, in this holy revelation, our holy teacher mentioned original heart for many times. And the great sage, the ancient great sage Mencius used childlike heart to describe the purity and innocence of our original heart. So original heart also can be described as 赤子之心, a childlike heart. So I would like to share the characteristic of the childlike heart by quote a passage from Bright Wisdom, 光明的智慧啊, from Bright Wisdom, Volume 1. The divine being said, if you wish to cultivate Tao, you must reveal your childlike heart by removing external impurities. A childlike heart is pure and innocent, so always strive to eliminate illusions and maintain the genuine. By removing the false and preserving the true, you can restore your true nature. Now, here the divine being mentioned removing the false and preserving the true. What is true and what is false? What does the false mean? The false means something that is not true, of course, but something true is eternal, while something false is temporary. For example, our anger. When we are angry, we can feel that our anger can feel intense, but once it passes, it disappears. So is anger true or false? When it is there, it seems very true, but when it is gone, you cannot find it. You cannot say, come back the anger. No, there is nowhere to be found. So it's false because it comes and goes. So only what remains constant is true, while what changes is merely an illusion. So that means our bad temper, our bad habits, our illusions are false, and our true nature is true. So by removing the false and preserving the truth, we can restore our true nature. And in Bright Wisdom, Volume 1, continue. What is true nature? It means having no duality. 没有二元对待. When others treat you well, you are good. When others do not treat you well, you are still good. And not only is your internal goodness unaffected by external circumstances, but your attitude towards others is also unaffected by their behavior towards you. Like a child, your heart remains pure and undivided. And in this sharing, in this holy revelation, I would quote several passages from Bright Wisdom. For our foreign friend, you might not know Bright Wisdom is what kind of book is it? Bright Wisdom is a collection of holy revelations given in plain language by the divinities and later transcribed into written words. So Bright Wisdom is a collection of holy revelation in plain words. And I quoted several passages from Bright Wisdom to illustrate the first holy revelation, Zhi-Shan class. Okay, so I would like to further expound on the childlike heart. Many of us might have the experience of raising a child. When the child is still an infant, their heart is very pure. And it is said that even if the mom gets angry and hits the baby still loves the mom and snuggles into her arms. The baby doesn't push the mom away out of anger or hatred just because of being hit. And this is what we call the heart of an innocent child, without duality, 没有对待. So it's fascinating how this purity and unconditional love are innate in infants. How do you think that we can retain or return to this heart of innocent child as we grow older? By receiving Tao, cultivating Tao, and propagating Tao. Okay, Holy Teacher continue to expound. Since you can enter the sacred Buddha's land to cultivate your mind and restore your true nature, always adhere to your innate true nature as you live in this world. Thus, whether advancing or retreating, whether you are going forward or you are retreating back, whether you are in action or whether you are in stillness, everything you do or your conduct naturally aligns with Tao, as long as we adhere to our innate true nature. And with a pure heart, you can remain uncontentious in the world. For tonight's sharing, all the holy revelations I would put in text boxes with red borders and light yellow background. 所以今天分享的讯文都会放在文字方块。所以当您看到文字方块是有红边，还有淡黄色的底那这个就是今天的课文本身了那没有淡黄色的底，没有红边，那个就是补充的资料Okay, so I would like to talk about being uncontentious. 无争I would like to share a story. In Qing Dynasty in ancient China, Emperor Qianlong was an emperor in 18th century. Okay, he enjoyed traveling through Jiangnan. Jiangnan is a region in southeastern China, known for its beautiful landscapes, waterways, and cultural heritage. And on one occasion, Qianlong visited Zhi-Shan temple and climbed the pagoda, where he observed the bustling ships on the Yangtze River. Yangtze River is the third longest river in the world. And he asked an elderly monk who had lived in the temple for 50 years. He asked how many boats had passed by over the years. The monk replied, I have seen only 2 boats. Surprised, Emperor Qianlong asked, what do you mean? After 50 years, you've only seen 2 boats? The monk replied, yes, one comes for fame and the other for profit. These are the only 2 boats in life, aren't they? So in bright wisdom, the divine being said, the so-called 2 boats of life, fame and wealth, are also the greatest obstacles to cultivating Tao today. Because people often believe that fame and wealth will bring them happiness and joy, but they don't realize that without a kind heart and an appreciation for what they have, they will never truly find happiness. So fame and profit, fame and wealth are greatest obstacles to cultivating Tao in today's world. So we have to be aware. So Xianfo continued to expound. Therefore, only by taking fame and profit lightly, 看淡, and not competing for them, 不要争了, can one achieve true excellence in cultivation. So the 2 boats in a cultivator's life should be one filled with loyalty and forgiveness, 一条是忠恕之船, and the other filled with compassion, 慈悲的船. Holy Teacher continued to expound. So with a pure heart, we can remain uncontentious in the world. We can be free from concerns about matters of gain or loss. And without prejudices, we can then interact with others with true sincerity. Now, I would like to quote a passage from Bright Wisdom again to share with you. 仙佛如何告诉我们 what are prejudices? When interacting with others, people often tend to harbor suspicions and mutual hostility. When we don't understand each other, we start guessing and making assumptions, which leads to prejudices and a bigger gap between us. And the wider these gaps, the more disharmony exists in society. Xianfo said, your Holy Teacher has emphasized the importance of cultivating positive relationships, encouraging you to turn every encounter into a source of support and a helping hand. 相逢自是有缘呐. Whoever we encounter is because of affinity. So we should learn to turn every encounter into a source of support and a helping hand. So prejudices versus true heart. Xianfo said, have you given others your choice heart? Have you shown your choice heart to your own family? That is what it means to truly practice Tao, to genuinely fulfill your duties and to fully embody human ethics. So very clear, when interacting with others, we shouldn't be like ordinary people. We should offer our true heart and do not harbor any prejudice. And prejudices can easily block our inner growth and progress. And they can also further hinder the development of our wisdom and knowledge. Therefore, Xianfo said, you should broaden your heart and serve others, which means in serving others, we can overcome our prejudices and reveal our true heart. And this passage is quoted from Bright Wisdom, Volume 2. Okay, go back to the Holy Revelation Zhi-Shan class. Holy Teacher continued to expound. Thus, you cultivators should always act in accordance with your intrinsic true heart, constantly embodying the Tao. Interact sincerely with others, drawing upon your inherent wisdom and intrinsic ability, and you will inevitably foster many good friendships. So I would like to talk about, to elaborate inherent wisdom and intrinsic ability, 良知与良能. 良知良能 is quoted from the book Mencius. Mencius said, that which one can do without learning is intrinsic ability. That which one knows without thinking is inherent wisdom. Okay, I would like to share a story. During the Ming Dynasty, a group of bandits captured the great philosopher Wang Yangming. Wang Yangming was a great philosopher in Ming Dynasty. He lived from 1472 to 1529. And the leader of the bandits asked Wang Yangming, I have heard that you say that everyone possesses inherent wisdom and intrinsic ability. Wang Yangming 非常有名的致良知啊。So the leader of the bandits asked him this tough question. You say everyone possesses inherent wisdom and intrinsic ability. I want to ask you one question. If you can answer it, I will let you go. If not, I'll cut off your head. And Wang Yangming was so courageous. He agreed. So the bandit leader then asked, do you think I have inherent wisdom? 你觉得我有良知吗? A very tough question. Because if Wang Yangming said yes, then he would say, you certainly have these qualities. But the bandit might say, prove it to me. I am a brutal killer. My hands are stained with blood. Prove it to me that I have inherent wisdom. Then Wang Yangming will be a very dangerous situation because there is no proof that the bandit has inherent wisdom. But Wang Yangming did not answer him right away. Instead, Wang Yangming said, okay, now first take off your jacket. The bandit complied and removed his jacket. And then Wang Yangming said, now take off your pants. The bandit took off his pants, leaving only his underwear. And Wang Yangming continued, now take off your shirt. The bandit followed, standing there just in his underwear. And Wang Yangming then said, finally, take off the only garment left. And the bandit responded, no, I can't do that. If I take it off, it won't be right. It is wrong. And Wang Yangming replied, this is your inherent wisdom, your sense of shame. If you had no sense of shame, you would have taken it off. When I asked, why didn't you? Because deep down, you have an inherent sense of shame, which is part of your inherent wisdom. So what is intrinsic ability? In fact, intrinsic ability, 良能, is the manifestation of inherent wisdom in real life. 良能就是良知的显现. Another example in the book Mencius, there's a story about a child standing at the edge of a well. Although the child is unaware of the danger, an adult nearby, even if they don't know the child, this adult will instinctively and without hesitation reach out to hold and steady the child to prevent harm. And this action of the adult is not motivated by a desire for praise or to befriend the child's parents, but purely stems from their inherent wisdom and manifests as intrinsic ability. So Holy Teachers said, Thus, you cultivators should always act in accordance with your intrinsic true heart, constantly embodying the Tao, interact sincerely with others, drawing upon your inherent wisdom and intrinsic ability, and you will surely foster many good friendships. And by acting in accordance with one's true nature, one can live with a heavenly heart. And living a life of innocence, one will never seek selfish gain, nor compromise one's moral integrity due to personal loss. So one will prioritize the greater good, and even one needs to sacrifice for the greater good, for the greater good. He wouldn't care for the personal loss. He would not compromise his moral integrity. So returning to one's true nature, oneness, and with the pure original heart, one can attain clarity and brightness while living between heaven and earth. Now, I would like to talk about original heart from another perspective. Before we shared childlike heart. Childlike heart can be referred to as original heart, and from its innocence and purity, right? Now, this passage quoted from Bright Wisdom, Volume 2, is to elaborate original heart from the perspective of tranquility. 所以之前赤子之心呢，是用它的那种无邪，还有单纯来形容本心。那这边呢是要用 tranquility 来形容本心啊。So, Xianbo said, find your original serene heart and let it shine. If you want to overcome inner turmoil, cultivating a tranquil mind is essential. Therefore, you must subdue your own mind in everything you do, avoid being overly demanding, and do not focus on others' faults. Instead, concentrate on self-reflection. And this approach will lead to happiness and reduce worries. True happiness comes from looking within yourself. Okay, to review this Holy Revelation, because we have just read the Holy Revelation through fragments. 我们读了片段又片段哦，现在我们整篇来复习一下。智 means reaching a state of consistent perseverance. San refers to the inherent wisdom and intrinsic ability within our original heart. So Zhi-Shan means using our consistent perseverance to restore our inherent goodness. So Zhi-Shan means practicing Tao with our original heart. And Holy Teacher continued to expound, since you can enter the sacred Buddha's land to cultivate your mind and restore your true nature, so always adhere to your innate true heart as you live in this world. Thus, whether advancing or retreating, in action or stillness, all your conduct naturally aligns with Tao. And then with a pure heart, you can remain uncontentious, 无争, in the world, free from concerns about matters of gain and loss or loss. And without prejudices, you can then interact with others with true sincerity. Thus, you cultivators should always act in accordance with your intrinsic true heart, constantly embodying the Tao, interact sincerely with others, drawing upon your inherent wisdom and intrinsic ability, 良知良能, and you will surely foster many good friendships. By acting in accordance with one's true nature, one can live with a heavenly heart, living a life of innocence. One will never seek selfish gain, nor compromise one's moral integrity due to personal loss. Returning to one's true nature, oneness, 万法归一, and with the pure original heart, one can attain clarity and brightness while living between heaven and earth. Let's go to the second Holy Revelation, 崇德道 Community. The Holy Revelation was given by our Holy Teacher on September 16th, 2018 in Guanghui Temple. in a class for convening group 到 transmitting masters 召集小组点完式班。Holy teacher said, the two characters 崇德 are not merely religious terms. 崇德 literally 崇 can be used as an adjective. When it is used as an adjective, it means lofty. And 崇 also can be used as a verb. When it is used as a verb, it means to worship. And de is virtue. So when 崇 means lofty, then 崇德 means noble virtue, which refers not to high status, but to the result of accumulating virtue and merit through continuous effort and good deeds. So we can attain noble virtue by consistent accumulating our 功德, our virtue and merit, and to 积功累德 to become 崇德, noble virtue. Okay, when 崇 is used as a verb, then 崇德 means to worship virtue. 崇德 means to worship virtue, which implies that a true cultivator's core value is virtue, not fame, not wealth, not power. We worship not fame, not wealth, not power. The only character we worship is virtue. And Holy Teacher continued to expound. 崇德 symbolizes the spirit of continuous equal and truth transmission. 崇德 carry a significant historical position. Why is Holy Teacher talking about history here? Because the White Yang era will span 10,800 years. And now it has just begun. So 崇德 Dao community carry a significant historical position in the history of White Yang era. And Holy Teacher said, it is the lotus flower. 崇德 is the lotus flower formed from the lives of the senior elders who have burned themselves out like candles. Senior elders, 崇德 Dao community, of course, refer to our grand senior elder, 老前人 and senior elder, 前人. Our 老前人 and 前人 dedicated the best years of their lives, 他们人生中的精华, to sentient beings, right up until their final moments, 一直到生命的最後. That's why Holy Teacher said they burn themselves out like candles. There is a line, a very famous line, 那句成灰泪始干, a line from an ancient poem goes, a candle burns to ashes, only then do its tears dry. The line poetically describes selfless sacrifice, where the candle's wax, symbolizing tears, only stops flowing when it has completely burned out. Our grand senior elder 老前人 and senior elder 前人 led many Dao seniors, shedding blood, sweat, and tears, sacrificing everything in their lives to build the prosperous 崇德 Dao community we have today. And Holy Teacher mentioned planting a lotus. Holy Teacher mentioned 崇德 is the lotus flower formed from the lives of the senior elders who have burned themselves out like candles. So we have elaborated the meaning of candles. And now I would like to share with you. Buddhas and immortals frequently encourage us to plant a lotus in fire. To plant a lotus in fire. And what does that mean? We all know that the lotus grows in muddy water, yet emerges untainted, symbolizing that Dao cultivators, despite living in this earthly world, can maintain their noble integrity. They won't be contaminated by the earthly world. They will maintain their noble integrity. But Planting a lotus in fire adds an even deeper meaning, an even deeper layer of meaning, illustrating that this pure lotus not only remains untainted by the mud, but can also endure the refining force of the flames. So this line is so touching, so powerful, so profound. It is the lotus flower formed from the lives of the senior elders who have burned themselves out like candles. And it is a name etched into the hearts of countless followers. It represents the vows of bodhisattvas who descend to this world with their sacred missions. There have been so many Buddhas and bodhisattvas, saints and sages, and immortals. They have attained their enlightenment, and their positions are in heaven. They have their heavenly positions. But in White Yang era, they give up their heavenly positions and then descend to this world. They become humans. Where are they? They won't tell you. If you meet one, they won't tell you they are a Buddha or immortals or whatever. They are humble cultivators in the Tao community. Probably many of them are humble cultivators in Chongde Tao community. That's why Holy Teachers say it represents the vows of bodhisattvas who descend to this world with their sacred missions. And Chongde, it serves as proof that Tao is true, the principles are true, and the heavenly mandate is true. What is the proof? To prove that Tao is true, principle is true, heavenly mandate true? What is that? Let's see. Tao is propagated so widely and with so many miracles that it cannot be achieved by human alone. 光是凭人的力量没有办法办到。仙佛常常这样说啊。So it is the result of a concerted effort by both heaven and humanity. 天人共办。So the flourishing affairs of the Tao community serve as proof that Tao is true, the principles are true, and the heavenly mandate is true. We have elaborated Chongde. Now we goes to Dao Chang, Dao community. The two characters Dao community represents the path paved by all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas for the cultivation of sentient beings. It is a place where Dao cultivators practice to become future Buddhas. Okay. In Chinese, more specifically, Dao Chang is translated as a place because Chang means 场所 means a place. So literally, more specifically, Dao Chang can be translated as a place of Dao cultivation and propagation. However, in a broader sense, Dao Chang can be translated as Dao community. But here, Holy Teacher used the specific meaning. So Holy Teacher said, Dao Chang. It is a place where Tao cultivators, a place where Tao cultivators practice to become future Buddhas. Who are future Buddhas? All of us. All of us are future Buddhas. We aim to attain Buddhahood. To attain Buddhahood is not something it's not something extraordinary. Actually, it is to go back to retain, to restore our original position. 佛归本位. It is our original position, Buddhahood. So all of us are future Buddhas. Okay, as Chongde cultivators, Holy Teacher said, you must remember the source when drinking water and fulfill your vows. Remember the source when drinking water means we should have gratitude all the time. We never forget who give us the blessings. It is Tao Mu, Heavenly Mother, allow the universal propagation of Tao. It is our holy teachers shoulder the heavenly decree to descend to the world to save all the sentient beings. And it is our 老前人 and 前人 brought down to Taiwan and from Taiwan to all over the world. So when we are drinking water, never forget the source. When we are in the blessings of heaven, never forget who has given us blessings, who make all the blessings possible. So always remember the source when drinking water and fulfill our vows. Shoulder the responsibility of continuing the legacy and pass on the torch of Tao. The transmission of Tao is endless. As long as there are sentient beings, 仙佛常常这样讲啊 as long as there are sentient beings, there will be those who want to receive Tao. 只要有众生，就有人要求道。And spirits in need of salvation, 就有灵性需要被拯救。Therefore, we must pass on this torch and continue the legacy. Knowing the hardships of establishing a saintly endeavor, we should not. The following are something we should be aware that we cannot do. We should avoid making these mistakes. We should not, out of personal desires, despise the vows taken before the Buddhas. We shouldn't forget the vows we have taken before the Buddhas. Out of personal anger, obstruct the right perspectives in cultivation. We should not let our personal anger to become the obstacles from prevent us from understanding the right perspectives in cultivation. We should not, out of personal greed, destroy the opportunities for sentient beings. We should not, out of personal malice, slander the holy teachings of the immortals and Buddhas. We should not, out of personal selfishness, disrupt the structure of the whole. We should not, out of personal gain, seize the public property of the temple. We should not, out of personal delusion, demolish the construction of Tao community. All disciples should reflect and be vigilant, with sincere fear and caution, especially when alone. Now I would like to elaborate 慎独, especially when alone. Being vigilant and cautious, especially when alone, or with those we are familiar with, like family, is an important concept of true cultivation. 当独处或者是跟自己很熟悉的家人相处的时候，才是一个很重要的要谨慎的时候。When we are with others, 我们跟外人相处啊 we naturally keep each other in check. We will think people are watching me and I am watching people. So all of us, when we are interacting with others, naturally we keep each other in check and we will avoid excessive indulgence. However, when we are alone, we need to be careful. Or when we are with close family, close loved ones, that's where our true self-discipline is tested. 考验我们是不是真修啊 revealing whether we are genuine cultivators or not. Holy Teacher continue to expound. Now, out of compassion, Heavenly Mother prays that all beings in the world may awaken and reach the other shore. The other shore means the eternal heaven, 离天彼岸, the shore of liberation, 解脱. Okay, may the virtues of heaven shine brightly. Holy Teacher express His Holiness' best wishes. He said, may the virtues of heaven shine brightly and protect the sacred mission of the Chongde Dao community, ensuring its everlasting continuity. Okay, let's read the whole paragraph, the whole article. The two characters 崇德 are not merely religious terms. They symbolize the spirit of continuous 一贯 truth transmission and carry a significant historical position. Because now the Wai-Yang era has just begun. 现在才是白羊期开始. That's why 崇德 Dao community carry a significant historical position. And it is the lotus flower formed by the lives of the senior elders. It is a name etched into the hearts of countless followers. It represents the vows of bodhisattvas who descend to this world with their sacred missions. Probably many bodhisattvas are in Chongde. It serves as proof that Tao is true, the principles are true, and the heavenly mandate is true. The prosperous Tao affairs of Chongde Tao community is a proof that Tao, propagating Tao is a concerted effort of heaven and humanity. So the prosperous Tao affairs is a miracle, are miracles itself. The two characters Tao community represent the path paved by all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas for the cultivation of sentient beings. It is a place where Tao cultivators practice to become future Buddhas. As Chongde cultivators, we must remember the source. When drinking water, always be grateful and fulfill our vows. Always remember to fulfill our vows. Shoulder the responsibility of continuing the legacy, because there will always be sentient beings who need to receive Tao. So we should continue the legacy and pass on the torch of Tao. Pass on the torch of Tao to younger generations. Knowing the hardships of establishing a saintly endeavor, we should not, out of personal desire, despise the vows taken before the Buddhas. Out of personal anger, obstruct the right perspectives in cultivation. Out of personal greed, destroy the opportunities for sentient beings. Out of personal malice, slander the holy teachings of the immortals and Buddhas. Out of personal selfishness, disrupt the structure of the whole. Out of personal gain, seize the public property of the temple. Out of personal delusion, demolish the construction of the Tao community. All disciples should reflect and be vigilant with sincere fear and caution, especially when alone. 慎独. Now, out of compassion, the Heavenly Mater prays that all beings in the world may awaken and reach the other shore. May the virtues of the heaven shine brightly and protect the sacred mission of the Chongde Dao community, ensuring its everlasting continuity. Let's go to the third Holy Revelation. The third Holy Revelation is very easy to understand. And because time is limited, so I don't plan to explain a lot. So let's just read through the text. The third Holy Revelation, the extraordinary merits of supporting a Fahui. Fahui means a Dao seminar. This Holy Revelation was given on December 20th, 2014 in Tainan Dao community, in a Dao seminar at Jide Temple. Holy teacher said, now is the Wai-Yang era. The great universal salvation is initiated. 拉开序幕了, because it is now it's the beginning of Wai-Yang era. And the enlightening teachers with the heavenly decree have descended to the world to guide the heavenly children back to the eternal heaven. The gate of return has been opened. 佛门就是回天的门 has been opened, and the profound teachings are widely expounded. So, 那么多班的法会, the profound teachings are widely expounded in each and every Tao seminar. Both heaven and humans work together. In every Tao seminar, obviously, it's the concerted effort of Tianren, heaven and humans. They work together, the combined effort shaking the three realms with awe. Because of their effort, the great power shake the three realms. All the beings in the three realms are shaken with awe. 都被三界震动，三朝震惊啊！ You are all fortunate to encounter such a grand assembly and to bear the heavenly duties and responsibilities, which is truly not easy to come by. We can shoulder a heavenly duty or responsibility or have a position in a Tao seminar. Don't think it's very easy. It's something not easy to come by. It is because our affinity with God and Buddhas. It is because of our spiritual cultivation, our spiritual background established in our previous lives. So here, you have a place to fulfill your vows with utmost sincerity. Whether you present a topic, whether presenting at the podium and sharing insights, or serving as class protectors, assisting others in understanding the teachings deeply, whether you hold a position or a responsibility, all should be upheld with a heart aligned with heaven. We should do everything with a heart, and this heart is aligned with heaven. This is our original heart, our heavenly heart, from beginning until the end, from the beginning of the Tao seminar until the end. Holy Teacher said, do not abandon our duties halfway, 不能中途跑掉啊。Nor let our heart wander while our body remains present, 或者人在那边，心不在。Do not take advantage of your position for personal gain. Misuse public resources for private purposes, or speak biased or irresponsible words, or gather small groups and engage in unjust gossip. 所以人家在讲课哈，就不能够聚众啊，一直聊天，大概是这个意思啊。You must realize that this is a Dharma boat sent by heaven to save sentient beings, and recognize the extraordinary merits of this Tao seminar, which should be completed as it was begun. So the Tao seminar has begun in a very solemn manner. 法会一开始很庄严。And it should be completed 一直到最后。We must keep the solemn atmosphere as it was begun. If you still do not wholeheartedly support it with a heart aligned with Tao, with heaven, the transgression will be severe. Transgression means 罪过. The transgression will be severe, and it will be difficult to repay the debt of gratitude owed to our ancestors. Here our Holy Teacher mentioned, we owe gratitude to our ancestors. Why? Because here, we owe a great deal of gratitude to our ancestors because without them, we wouldn't be here. So we should be grateful, starting from be grateful to our parents, and then trace back to our grandparents, to our great-grandparents, to all our ancestors, because without them, we wouldn't be here. If we are not here, we can't receive Tao. If we can't receive Tao, we can't transcend the endless cycle of reincarnation. So we owe a debt of gratitude to our ancestors. Therefore, all my disciples, Holy Teacher said, all my disciples should maintain a single-minded and unwavering heart to support the heavenly mandate, the Dharma boat, sentient beings, and the Buddhas and immortals, thereby accruing great merits. I have finished sharing the 3 holy revelations. So it was quick. If I have made any mistakes, I beg for God and Buddha's forgiveness, and I hope all my fellow lecturers can give me comments and share your insights. Thank you. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Susannah Lin for this. Two. Thank you, Dr. Lin. Thank you. Okay, so I just wait. So